The historical existence of Jesus Christ has been confirmed by several scholars, as well as by various historical and archaeological sources, which we will explore in another of our videos. But now, the question is, if the historical Jesus Christ really existed, what did he look like? Join us on this intriguing journey as we explore the various ideas and historical evidence about what Jesus might have looked like. Stay with us until the end of this video to discover the different historical illustrations and depictions of Jesus through the ages. Let's dive into the mystery and see how the image of Jesus has evolved over time. If you enjoyed this content, please help us and give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and share it with others.
The 6th century Christ pantocrator is the most recognized image of Jesus. But what about before then? Well, that's where things get weird. There are no physical descriptions of Christ in the Gospels. The first Christians were wary of idolatry and wanted to focus on his words and teachings. But what do the earliest artistic depictions show us? This is the Christ pantocrator, a Byzantine icon kept in a small Mount Sinai monastery since the 6th century. Its style, right hand raised, Bible in the left, became repeated around the world and established his conventional appearance. Bearded and long-haired, it remained the blueprint for artists ever since, but it was made over 5 centuries after his death. What about depictions made closer to Christ's time? Well, earlier images have no uniform appearance. This 5th century mosaic in a Roman mausoleum built by the daughter of Emperor Theodosius has Jesus curly-haired and beardless. What about the 4th century? Most of these are found in Roman catacombs where early Christians prayed secretly to avoid persecution. The catacomb of Commodia in Rome has the oldest depiction of Christ with a beard. It's actually remarkably similar to images made well over a millennia later. But mostly, he looks like a typical Roman. Short hair, no beard, wearing a tunic and mantle over the top. In Roman society, those stripes over the shoulder were for people of stature. This one in the catacomb of the Giordani is more peculiar. It's an image of Christ raising Lazarus from the dead, short hair and a tunic like before, and a wand. Jesus was known in Roman society as a miracle worker, or to his critics, a magician. But this art wasn't suggesting magic. It was to symbolize Christ as the new Moses, himself a miracle worker with a staff. But we can go older still. This is from the 3rd century, around 250 AD, and it's the second oldest known image of Jesus. He's again Roman-looking, but now depicted as the Good Shepherd, a short tunic and a lamb atop his shoulders. It's similar to depictions of the god Mercury, often shown with a ram, an image Roman society would have been familiar with. But the single oldest image of Christ doesn't come from Rome. It comes from the easternmost stronghold of the empire, a place in Syria called Dura Europos. There lies the oldest church ever discovered. And this is it. It dates to around 235 AD, a depiction of the healing of the paralytic. It's actually one of 3 images, all of different New Testament miracles. It's clear that early depictions reflected stylistic influences of the day, but also whichever aspect of Christ was being emphasized. Sometimes he's the Good Shepherd, others he's a philosopher or king upon a heavenly throne. That may be why he was depicted with a beard later on, to establish a more powerful, godly image. People were used to statues of bearded gods and philosophers and might have borrowed that imagery. But there's one more. Around 200 AD, a tiny bit of graffiti in a Roman barracks was directed at a soldier named Alexamenos. It's not a real depiction of Christ, but a mockery. Jesus was depicted with a donkey's head alongside the text. Alexamenos worships his god, For Roman disbelievers, worshipping a man who was crucified would have seemed absurd. Crucifixion was a sentence reserved for the lowest of society. This was the stumbling block, or foolishness, that held people back from the faith at first. That's why St. Paul addressed it directly in the Bible in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 24. For the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God stronger than men. Another fascinating example is the Shroud of Turin, which remains an enigma. Analysis of the image and elements found on the canvas support its possible authenticity as a relic from the time of Jesus. Its impact on faith and culture is undeniable, and it continues to be a subject of study and devotion. For more details about the Shroud of Turin, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. We will have a thorough investigation ready soon. Jesus Christ walked this earth more than 2,000 years ago, and without leaving any description of his appearance, his message has impacted hearts for millennia, especially to those who seek salvation. Now it's your turn to participate and tell us your opinion. What do you think of the different representations of Jesus? Which do you think is more accurate? Do you think Jesus Christ actually existed? What was his purpose? Leave your answers in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. See you in the next video.